many people know about this selfie that became really popular? This is Ellis selfie at the 86th Academy Awards. Ellen DeGeneres' selfie at the 86th Academy Awards was retweeted more than 3 million times, and you see the number down there. Over 3 million times, and that led to Samsung donating a total of $3 million to two of our favorite charities, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and the Humane Society. Now, why are these charities so important? Behind the glitz and glamour of celebrities, there is tragedy of human beings, there's violence of non-human beings as well, which become overshadowed. We don't get to see them unless there's investigative journalism doing undercover footage and presenting that to us. And so when celebrities do donate their funds, I think it's a positive thing because they are helping with the cause. And we're going to take a look at some photographs that require some attention, and that's what many of the celebrities are actually focusing on. Now, this photograph is one of my favorite photographs. Can you tell me why? I love the eyes. They're blue eyes. I've seen these blue eyes in person. I've seen brown eyes, I've seen green eyes. Now, this photograph was taken by one of our board members, and she was mentioned as one of the most influential 16 people in 2014 by Huffington Post. She started the Save movement, and she actually advocates for saving all species, and she advocates for climate change, which is very, very important. This is a photograph of a pig in a transport truck going from a factory farm to a slaughterhouse. Now, many of us don't know that these animals are electrocuted, they're abused, and they're gas chambered before they go into the facility. And factory farms and slaughterhouses are actually, they account for 60% of the global warming that is very much a concern to us. It demands immediate climate change. And also, the laborers in these industries, they do not have any union, and if they're injured or they die in the facility, they actually don't receive any attention and they're paid pennies. So it becomes a human rights cause as well. And some of them also lose their body parts, they're diseased, they have cancer, and these are things that the industry will not talk about because their eyes are often chopped off. And this is not a mediated persona, this is actually an authentic self that I see, and for me this is very touching actually. These are children that are slaves, and thousands of African children are trafficked to to cocoa farms. And I've seen some of these children through a lot of investigative journalism. Their bodies are actually torn apart. Their chemicals are burning them, and but we don't really, get to know why, or how, we should support, not having these children in these slave conditions. This is an image of a girl that is trafficked in sex trade in India, and she's also very injured. Now, I strongly believe that most of us, deep down, are very loving, we're very compassionate. And we do not want to see any of these injuries happening. But what do we do? Now, hashtags are actually asking for a lot of attention. They are bringing awareness. They are saying, as this picture says, do something. So they are bringing awareness. But some critics say that hashtag activism, it may not be real activism. They're asking, is it real action or activism? Hashtags are not enough. You have to do something. And what I believe, and probably many celebrities also believe, is that the most important thing is to be a living example of change, to be a voice, and stop funding. I think that's the most effective action that we can all take. Now, some forms of celebrity activism have been very effective. These are raised from Canada, and celebrities such as her have helped with political lobbying, raising public awareness, and generating funds for social causes. and they influence appreciating their artworks, especially if they engage in social, political, and personal change. But some critics, some researchers, such as Dan Brockington, would argue that celebrity endorsements support publicity, profits, and corporate capitalism. So they're not really sure how far celebrity activism is effective. Now, I do see certain positive sides, but I do understand what they're saying. And when celebrities do get scandalized for their own immoral actions, and according to Darwin institutions, their activism, the value of their activism can be deflated instead of being inflated. So how do we manage that? What do we do about that? You do see a role that a persona is playing here. The key question is, how do we still value the good done by celebrity activists while acknowledging the ironies of personas, celebrities, and activism? Can traditional media and mobile communication make a difference? We're coming to an end of this particular presentation. We're going to look at some directions that have been addressed in celebrity studies,